One of the world's and America's supervolcanoes, Long Valley Caldera, has been rattled by a double quake today, 3.6 and then 3.7 hours later. And we still have nearby earthquakes going on. We'll see them on the map. But this is one of the supervolcanoes in California. It's on the Walker Lane fault system. And this last erupted about 100,000 years before the last Yellowstone eruption of 630,000 years ago. This erupted about 700,000 years ago with a super eruption. And we have many of the same things that we have in Yellowstone, geysers and hot springs and things like that. We even have a very large geothermal station there. And these are some of the ash falls that we had. This is the Walker Lane fault system showing you that area where we have the supervolcano of Long Valley Caldera. The red line to the left is the San Andreas fault, which takes up about 75% of the subduction pressure from the Pacific plate under the North American plate. And the Walker Lane fault system, which has many threatening volcanoes, takes up about 25%, the remainder of the subduction pressure from the Pacific plate under the American plate. Let's take a look at the maps. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. Berkeley, and I only have the quakes above 2.5, otherwise this whole map will be full of colors. So the blue is the last day and the red is the past hour. And this is Long Valley Caldera right there, the San Andreas fault right here, the Walker Lane fault system right here. And that takes up a lot of pressure, and it has most of the West Coast volcanoes right there. Now, this is the 3.6 that happened, 10 kilometers depth. And we'll see that. And this is hours later, okay, about 7 or 8 hours later, 9 kilometers depth. Whenever we see Mina, Nevada, that's Long Valley Caldera. It's just across the border from California. This is our map. Only 2 people just now, there's not that many people living there, so only 2 people reported to USGS. And this is our quake map of that area. This is Mono Lake right there, part of the Long Valley Caldera system. You can even see some of the outline right there. That's Long Valley Caldera. And unfortunately, USGS just stops the square right there, but you can see how intense it is right there. So obviously, if you extend these frequency, the shake map, it would have shaken Long Valley. And going back to the 3.7, and that's a shake map of that. Let's go to I want to find the lake. Okay, there's Mono Lake right there. And obviously it shows that, there we have Mono Lake. It shows that Long Valley was definitely shaken by this, which was what? It's about 100 miles east of Long Valley, of Mono Lake. It's on Long Valley, actually. Let's go. Okay, well, you can't see it. I don't know if people along the coast have felt it. Let's see, 3.7. No, nobody reported the shaking, but we don't have many people living out there. And this is what's shaking Long Valley. Now, we know that from the past days, we've been keeping an eye on the Hawaii earthquake that shook 6.2, that gave the Alaska earthquake about 9 hours later, 6.9. And we haven't been keeping an eye on what's going on the West Coast, 6.4, Solomon Islands. Okay, and obviously the Ring of Fire is very active, La Palma volcano very active, and we have tremendous earthquakes here as well in Greece, which is the volcanic arc of the subduction of the African plate crashing into the Eurasian plate. And something very strange is going on there. Aegean seashores are emptying and the water is going towards the south, and showing that there's inflation up here, ground inflation. But okay, this is what we're looking at today. And Mina, Nevada, just across the border from California. Okay, that's the border right there. Right there, that's that gray line we can hardly see. And shaking, 3.7 was the latest. And let's go to the little one that we saw just now. Where was that? That was, again, Nevada. Oh, one person reported it. Okay, what do you know? Okay, there's no shake map, but let's see where Mono Lake is in conjunction to that, in relation to that. It's not that close. Okay. Where are we? Mojave Desert. Let's go to the aerial. Maybe we can see it better. Okay, there's Mono Lake. So that's about, 150 miles north. So this is basically shaking a lot today. And the rattling from the 3.6 and then the 3.7 hours later, as we can see here. Okay, Mono Lake is right in that area. Let's see it again. There's Mono Lake right there. So all this area has been shaken by 3.7 and the 3.6 hours before that. Our shake map. Here we go. Our shake map. Mono Lake, we can see it with the aerial. Okay, that was shaken as well. Okay, so here we are on volcano discovery for Long Valley Caldera, and this is our map right here, and this is the area of the supervolcano Mono Lake, as we're saying here, and of course it was shaken. The latest earthquakes, this is the 3.7 and the 2.7 that we saw north of that, north of the lake, Monday, October, these are older. These are, okay, this is older, October 8th and October 11th, but what we saw were the new earthquakes, okay? 3.7, and they just happen to be about the same size, 2.7. Okay, isn't that something? It's amazing. So it was the same thing. Okay, so this is not the latest earthquake. They're behind, obviously. So the background, following the Bishop Tuff eruption and the formation of Long Valley Caldera in 760,000 years ago, activity continued in the central part of the caldera to form a lava dome. Smaller explosion eruptions of rhyodacite pumice occurred as well from the outer ring fractures, and the last activity was about 50,000 years ago. In its early history, the caldera contained a large lake where the new lava dome formed an island. Beach deposits can be seen on the caldera walls today. Later, the lake drained through the Owens River Gorge, which is on the Walker Lane Fault System. The younger Inyo craters overlap the caldera on the northwest, but are tectonically distant from the Long Valley magmatic system. Some of the pictures there. Long-term trends. Seismic trend earthquake activity at Long Valley Caldera remained low since the mid-1999. That's when we had the Ridgecrest earthquake before a few years ago, averaging just 5 to 10 earthquakes per day with magnitudes less than 2. Deformation trends, renewed uplift of the resurgent dome that began early 2002, ended in 2003, largely offset 2 centimeters of subsidence. And the resurgence dome has since shown minor fluctuations in uplift and subsidence, but remains roughly 80 centimeters higher than in late 1970s. The carbon dioxide trend, the diffuse carbon dioxide gas flux in Horseshoe Lake Tree Kill area shows little change from the relative high levels of 50 to 150 tons a day. Okay, so we know that even Yellowstone has 45,000 tons a day on a regular day, emitting the volcanic gas of carbon dioxide. So this is it. They didn't put the latest earthquakes here, but we did see them just on our Sizemore Berkeley. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. All of you there, please be very careful and alert. Thank you.